Meantime, in Cincinnati, the curfew is the law. Even in the neighborhoods outside the areas affected by protests, restaurants and shops had to shut down early. As Tessa DeTiro explains, this is yet another curveball for business owners still trying to recover from the coronavirus pandemic.
The kitchen staff at Oakley Pub and Grill is calling it an early night, taking their last orders at 6:30. Today, owner Jon Bernier taped up these guidelines for customers.
Remind them that there is an 8 p.m. curfew and kind of just let them know that basically we are going to be doing our last seating at a certain time, our last food orders at a certain time. We'll do a last call beverage-wise at a certain time.
Bernier says he wants staff out the doors by 7:30 for their own safety.
Even if they need to stop at the store, get gas, whatever they need to do on the way home, they can do it without being in fear that, they might get a fine.
This afternoon, servers took care of the patio and dining room, but the early close cuts off their dinner shift.
If this thing goes another week, so to speak, or goes through the weekend, it's going to probably significantly cut our sales, at least by 50% or more. And I know for my staff, it's probably more than 50% is going to cut their income. We're behind making sure that there's equality and we're all equal, and that's what's important.
Tonight's last table at Alfio's Bon Chibo in Hyde Park was seated at 7.
The whole atmosphere, it is difficult. It's going to be there for a couple of days, even a week maybe or more. And, this will pass like COVID and anything else. So, it is what it is right now.
At Alfio's Ray Street restaurant, The Butcher and the Barrel, this door was smashed in during the protests. Fixing it is going to take a bit of time. Alfio says that's going to set back the reopening of this restaurant for a couple of weeks.
There is two feelings. One is understanding the situation and the protest. Second one is not to agreeing that some of or part of it dealt with that kind of damage. You are a restaurant owner or a business owner, you work really hard to get there, you might have a loan, you might have a lease, and suddenly everything is broken, and to me, this is not the way to do it,
He feels lucky one of his restaurants is still serving, even with slashed hours that should sustain employees for now. Tessa DeTiro, Local 12 News.
And city leaders are deciding whether to continue the curfew on a day-to-day basis.